Anyway, we do know that the World Junior Championship is happening, and it's going to be right here on NHL Network. We are so excited to be able to broadcast those games. And this coming from Darren Dreger, because there's been a lot of question about whether Jack Hughes might participate for Team USA. Well, they've certainly got interest in adding Hughes to the lineup, but Devils GM Tom Fitzgerald has told USA Hockey that Hughes will not be released. Meanwhile, the Leafs maintain if the NHL is back up and running, Nick Robertson stays in Toronto, but if not, he could go to Edmonton in mid-December. So it's interesting now that we are into the first part of December, the closer we're getting with the USA selection camp actually starting this Sunday. Yeah. Those decisions are going to have to be made soon. Yes, they do, because they are going to play the World Juniors this year in Edmonton in a bubble-type circumstance. So there'll be a lot of protocol, safety protocol, that the players and the countries will have to meet to get everybody together and to make this happen. This, to me, is more difficult, Jamie, than what the NHL tried to do, because the NHL, there's teams, guys come in. These guys are coming from different countries all over the world. Right. And NHL players come from those different countries, but not entire rosters of teams. And we know that the rules in Edmonton and in Canada obviously are a little different, and they've been good at being able to pull things off. They were able to do it with the return to play for the NHL. We'll see if they can do it for the World Juniors. But you're right, these decisions have to be made soon. And as for Jack Hughes and that circumstance there, it's hard to get into someone's head or their heart to know if they want to pursue this road. But guys who have been down that path before, that have participated, particularly the American kids, because they're, you know, the kids that are in that program, U17s, U18s, U20s, which is the World Juniors, I mean, they've gone down this road a lot, and some of them may have moved on, and maybe that's the case for Jack Hughes. But in the case of the New Jersey Devils, Tom Fitzgerald makes it easy, because he just says, hey, we're not going to release him. We're thinking that we might be playing. And for Jack, it's such an important time, because, you know, I think this time off that he's had since March has really helped him to train. I think the biggest question in about Jack Hughes for me is just the size and strength element. He's a terrific skater, terrific player. You see how much it helped his brother Quinn. He had a second year of college hockey, came into the NHL, and boom, he was a finalist for the Rookie of the Year trophy. So I think that Jack is focused on moving forward in the National Hockey League. I think that's what Tom Fitzgerald likes to see, too, with the Devils, and I think that's the play there. The Americans are going to still have a lot of really talented players to choose from, and it's an unusual year for the World Juniors, because, as we've seen in other years where there's no NHL at the time, teams do have access to really some more high-end players, and you see right here. I mean, how many first-round picks are there? There's several right there on this list. There's a bunch. You see Spencer Knight on there, who was the first goalie taken in the 2019 draft, 13th overall. I'll be really curious to see him in action again. You can see Jake Sanderson, who was just picked 5th overall by Ottawa just a couple of months ago in the draft. So there's so many talented kids on that list there. The Americans will be just fine. Yeah. It'd be nice to have Jack Hughes, but I think they'll be okay without him. Yeah. So the 29 players, not including Jack Hughes, of course, he's not going, but the other 29 talented players will go and report to camp in Plymouth, Michigan on Sunday, and they're going to whittle it down to, what, 25 players, I think it is? Yeah, I think that they've made some changes this year roster-wise moving forward to add a player or two just because of the circumstance, but the Americans will have some work to do to kind of whittle it down, a couple of guys off, and get ready to bring their team to Edmonton, and hope we'll be able to pull it off, and we'll be able to watch it right here on the NHL Network. Starting Christmas Day, mark your calendars. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the World Juniors this year.